The following podcast has been recorded by LIM.
From taverns across Chicagoland to St. Joe's Park in Joliet to the world of podcasting, they're upholding the good name of Chet Gunderson and letting the old styles flow. They are the lovely, intoxicated men. And this is the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast.
What do you hear? What do you say? The LIM is here, and we're here to stay. I'll tell you that much, right? Today, I'm joined by my fellow members of the LIM. We got Toner Gabagool. You know, he's an all right guy. Hot Double J, he's cool. Him and I hung out the other day, and that was pretty sweet. We watched Turtles race, and it's something that everyone should do. Hi, baby LaGreca. He's also here. Smiley McGee.
Hello, everybody.
In the middle of a cornfield. Hopefully a twister doesn't come through, because that would be awful. It would be kind of like that one movie, Twister. And then last but not least, we got Pat, PX, the man, the myth, the legend. And now, Pat, I've noticed that, you know, it's big news here. You know, you're in a match. You were placed, you know, against the idols and whatnot. And, you know, every wrestler knows that they need to eat well in order to, you know, maintain the physique and build that muscle. So I got just the thing for you, okay?
All right.
We're going to get you on a good diet here of kids cuisine. Kid cuisine, okay? Now, this thing has 14 grams of protein, buddy. 14. Now, you know, you could build so much muscle with 14 grams of protein. You know, so it's just giving you some things to think about. Anyway.
Well, I appreciate that commercial, but I actually do have a sponsor for this episode. Hey, do you want to have McDonald's all day? And this is what the product we have for you is. It's McDonald's Marche Rocket Happy Meals. You can get them all day, and they're breakfast, and they're food, and they're deliciousable, and they're eatable. And use promo code Final Level for 30% off your order for McDonald's. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Marche Rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you guys want to talk about?
Hey, did you guys hear that I'm in a wrestling match?
Yeah, dude.
I've heard the rumblings.
Yeah, my man.
If y'all haven't heard, I'm returning.
Nah, that's not as important. I'm just kidding. We
Yeah,
missed
we're
you,
happy
Cobra.
you're
Yeah.
You're happy you're coming back for the show. I heard
I
Bill
would
Shelley might
very
go
be
to
happy to see
Really?
Smiley
Bill
not
Shelley
at
might
this
be
angle,
there?
though.
Bill Shelley might be there.
Oh, Bill Shelley
this
might be
angle
there?
kinda is
Bill
a little
Shelley.
weird, but you know, I have to do with what I got.
Do you think will Chet be there?
Chet will definitely be
Chet will
there.
definitely
You
be there.
kidding? It's Chet. Yeah, he'll be there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it will mark.
He's in charge of production. He better be there.
It will mark a really weird day in LIM history, though. It's a 1-year anniversary of when No Coast attacked Chet. So this is
We gotta, you know, put our candles out. We got them back, but just, you know, in remembrance of that day,
a moment of silence.
a moment of silence.
Okay, we're
that
good.
moment is done. All
Yeah.
right.
We ended it at the perfect time.
Yeah.
It was just a moment.
Yeah.
You guys are wondering where I am in regards to this match. I've been thinking a lot of what C-Red said to me on Power Hour last night about, you know, the risk that comes with being in a pro wrestling ring. And a lot of, you know, obviously everybody in that match, you know, has some experience where they can, at the very least, get home safe without the risk of serious injury. And then there's me, who doesn't necessarily have that ability of knowing the ways to protect myself, if you will, from the serious injuries that moves can, do to a person in the ring. I've been really, really sitting with that a lot, especially talking about, one bad move and that ruins a night with your friends, your family. You don't get that because you're in the ER. So I can't sit here and pretend like, oh yeah, I am so pumped. I'm going to have an opportunity to wrestle. And there is that bit of it. But at the same time, the weight of that risk bears greatly on my mind. I mean, when you guys had started, and Tony, Hot Double J, you were there. I mean, when Damien Saint put me in the match, what was your thoughts?
I think Damien Saint has officially lost his fucking mind. All right. Yeah, I'll come out and say it. I don't give a shit about the PCC. I think he's lost his everlasting mind. Okay. He's putting the guy again, Pat. I said it on Windy City Slam. You're untrained, and that's not a knock to you. That's the realistic problem with this. And these guys are out for blood. We see how unfair they are in a match with regular wrestlers. What do you think they're going to do to you, man? We can't help you. We'll get kicked out. I'm not getting banned. Rocket Pro Wrestling needs us. So this is a tough position. As much as I want to root for you, I've kind of calmed down. Like the honeymoon period is over. I was thrilled last weekend when everything went down, but now I'm worried about it again. Just like I was 2 weeks ago when we did the last episode. I'm worried, man. This is serious. Double J, what do you think?
I'm going to be honest. There was no honeymoon period for me. I immediately, Pat, this is John talking to Pat right now. You are not ready for this. You are going to get hurt, and they are going to use you as an opportunity to just beat up a fan. Damien Saint knew exactly what he is doing. You're not ready for this. Your heart is in the right place. I get it. You want to do this. You want to fight back against Damien for all the things, but my man, you are not the person that needs to be in this match. You have a month. You've got less than a month to get into ring shape to face off against guys who lift weights every day, who train every day, who have been trained by some of the greats in this business, who are some of the greats in this business. Luckily, you have C-Red on your side and Johnny Nye, but like C-Red said last night in the Power Hour episode, can he trust to extend his hand for a tag from you if Johnny's not able to do so? No matter what you do in this next month, I don't think you've got it. I think you're going to struggle.
Pac-Man, this is not a knock to you. This would be the same for any one of us, or any fan for that matter, unless they had some kind of prior training or there's some kind of judo black belt, okay? This is just so unfair from Damien Saint. And I don't know, have we egged him on too much?
I don't know. I mean, out of all of us here in the LIM, I'm the only one with an amateur background. Like it's been known, I used to beat on Damian Gray all the time at practice.
Yeah,
they brought him into the room just so they can make me better. And that's a fact. He can agree to that because that's exactly what happened. And even then, I'm afraid of what's going to happen when he steps in the ring because of what I know he can do in just an amateur background setting. In a professional wrestling ring with more technique and the moves he's able to do, especially in a no disqualification match.
Exactly. Anything goes.
Anything.
Just like the musical.
This is not a situation you need to be in. This is a situation that Damien Saint has put you in to send a message to every other fan that it says if you try to come into this show and mess with it, he is going to do something that's going to hurt you. And in this month's time, I don't know what C-Red or Johnny Nye's plan is. They better have a plan to train you. I know I'm going to do something to help you out. I can show you some amateur stuff. I can teach you how to lift weights. I can work out with you, get you into shape as best as I can. But my man, it's not something that can happen overnight. There is no magic cure as to get yourself into ring shape within the time that we've got allotted.
I will
And
say this though, what you do have, what you don't, what you lack in ring experience, athleticism, you make up for in your volleyball knee pads from the 7th grade volleyball team. And you know what else you make up for? You got more passion and more heart and more leadership than anybody I know. And if you can use those things to your advantage, you may very well survive. But it ain't gonna be pretty, man. I think we're just trying to warn you, okay? I don't want you to get upset with us, all right?
Pat,
No,
Pat,
that's
I'm
not, that's not enough. A chair shot to the face is going to send his passion down in a spiral, and we're going to have to scrape him off the mat and take him to the medical emergency room. My guys, there is no best case scenario here for PX. The best case scenario is he catches the flu and isn't able to compete that day, and it's a 3-on-2 handicap match. He is not ready for this. He is going to get hurt. And it's going to be our job to pick up the pieces. And all Damien's going to say is, well, he signed the contract. He signed the waiver. And that's what all these other people are going to say. Thinking of C-Red, who's very questionable if you're even going to be there. Everybody, Travis T, Nubby, Rion, Steve, everybody on the Idols, all questioning your ability to be in that ring. Everyone in the back of the RPW locker room who is thinking the exact same fucking thing right now.
Listen, I gotta
ready.
I gotta go on mute for a second because Patrick, your godson here, he's so upset about your match. I gotta go calm him down. Even baby Rebecca's worried. See, he's worried about his godfather. Okay, I gotta go first.
now I know all these other guys are sitting here being like, Pat, the cards are stacked against you.
Not even in the same deck of cards right now.
But you know what, Pat? You know what we are? We're Ackermans. You know what that means? Even if we lose, we stand up fighting.
I
We
thought
will
you were gonna
throw
say.
as many.
I thought you were gonna say we eat our own.
We do that too. But I was told I have to be nice. So, Pat, my little advice to you is, you know what? Go down swinging. You're already in this. You're already in it.
Smiley.
I heard the announcement like the night or two after it was announced. I as much as I would love the opportunity to sit there and be in a match myself, I know it's not ideal for someone like you to be in this match. We all sit there and say we want to be in a match until we're put there. And then we have the realization of, oh, this is happening. I don't know how or where your mind is at with that knowledge right now. But I'm kind of upset with Damien Saint. We asked him to do something about the situation. This isn't the something we meant. We meant for safety of fans and the welfare of, the talent. Making sure that the talent knows not to strike a fan. Well, they struck a fan. He basically didn't acknowledge that it happened. Then we asked him to acknowledge it, and he put you in a match. I don't think that's fair. They keep saying you only have a month to train. A month of training ain't going to do very much. It's going to give you a little experience, but it ain't going to give you the years of experience that these guys have. And if I remember correctly, I believe Damian Gray was trained at the same school that is owned by a WWE superstar in Seth Rollins, I do believe.
And same with Kevin Cade.
And that is what I've also heard. So, that should speak volumes as to what kind of training these guys have. Not to mention the no disqualification part, which I think is unfair. It should just be a normal match. There's no need for a no disqualification match in this match.
They just, I think there does need to be a no disqualification stipulation for this match because Damien Saint knows that PX is going to climb to the top of that ladder and he's going to hit the most beautiful shooting star press you've ever seen in your entire life.
Don't set people's expectations so high.
Yeah, let's not.
Let's
We
tamper
don't
those.
need another Brock
Okay?
Lesnar incident.
No, we
DX
really
is
don't.
gonna hit 30 German suplexes on Damian Gray.
I don't think Baby
We
LaGreca
must
likes
have a
that idea.
suplex counter for PX if he hits one
There better
or
be a
more.
super kick or a choke slam.
I
I don't think
know
I can
how.
get my leg up that high.
I don't understand why we're making jokes right now. This isn't funny. PX, you can't do a shooting star press. You can't do a super kick. You could barely even throw a punch against these guys. Like this makes me mad. This makes me mad as a fan. This makes me disappointed in RPW because there was a locker room full of talent that didn't come to your aid. Steve did not come to your aid. I don't understand why it's not him in your place. Somebody who's at least trained, someone who should have came to your defense. If Damien Saint didn't fire the amazing Turtle Nubby, he should be in that spot for you. At most, the only reason you should be out there is to sit in the manager's corner of this match. You should not be actively in it because you will get hurt. And because I'm a good and loyal friend, I will help carry you out of there. I will help Trent tend to those wounds, but I will be telling I fucking told you so. And I don't understand why the rest of you are making jokes right now. Because Pat is going to get hurt. Sure, we want him, liven it up, make him feel better, make him excited. He shouldn't be. C-Red told him that he should be terrified. Even Joey Roth said that he should be terrified to get into that ring. There should be no level of excitement of walking into between those ropes because, like the Idol said on the Power Hour last night, which everybody should watch, by the way, is that you should be terrified every single time as a wrestler to get in that ropes because, sure, you can understand and know what you're doing, but you don't know what's going to happen.
The injuries are real, like they say.
One misstep, one punch, one suplex, one whatever. Now with weapons involved with it, one chair shot, one kendo stick to the face, a bag of thumbtacks, anything, a table. You are not walking away from this, my friend. You are getting carried out of this either on a stretcher or on my back. And you need to get that through your head. And that is not meant to scare you. It should scare you, but I shouldn't have to instill the fear in you. That should have that. I'm here to help stoke the fire inside of you, for you to understand, for you to train like you've never trained before, to even get a fraction of what it takes to even walk up those steps into that ring without peeing your pants.
I'm thinking my trunks would be white, so that wouldn't be good.
And the fact that you're still making jokes right now makes me even less sure that you're going to take this seriously.
Okay, I'm going to respond to everything that everybody said. And I only joke because obviously I'm a little nervous about this. And the reason that I could have fought Damien Saint on putting me into a match, but I didn't. And I have a lot of reasons why. And I mean, I'll tell you the biggest ones. Reason one, they put their hands on a fan. Because they put their hands on a fan and they got away with it the first time, they're going to keep doing it. And they have proved that. September, I got shoved down. Nothing. October, I got dragged into the ring from the crowd. Crickets. November. And here's the difference. November, I get kidnapped in the middle of the show, beat down in a dark part in the back of the locker room back at St. Joe's Park, and I'm dragged out to the ring again. Half out of it, maybe a little concussed. Definitely still feeling a lot of those effects right now. But the difference with November from all the other ones is someone did something. I know it's not the something that we thought it would be. It's not the something we might agree with, but it is something. And what does that something mean to me? That something means that I have a chance to rectify wrongs from many, many years of bullying and hazing at the hands of Damian Gray, even before Rocket Pro Wrestling. For the something is a way for me to be able to prove why you shouldn't put your hands on the fan. Because if I win this match, if me, C-Red, and Johnny and I win here, they're going to know, don't put your hands on a fan, because there's going to be people that are going to be looking out for the fans. And who knows what the fans can do if you provoke them the wrong way. I mean, I'll admit, I'm not the most athletic guy. I'm certainly no Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, close, maybe.
You know.
Horseshoes.
You know, I'm not an athletic gym freak. I go to the gym. I do cardio. I lift weights. But, you know, I'm not, I don't know certain things when it comes to wrestling. But if it's of any consolation to the guys, and I know everything I say, nothing's going to convince a few of you, and that's fine. And I mean, there's a part of me that feels like you guys don't believe that I can withstand this, but at the same time, I know it's coming from a place of concern. Just know that I'm using this time, and have used this time, to start getting ready. I've watched film of the Idols. I've watched their matches. Today, I was just watching Rion Skills versus Joey Roth to try to figure out all the different ways Joey can distract the referee, even in no disqualification match. I still know they could very well still use underhanded tactics to try to get an advantage. That's what I'm watching out for. I want to make sure I'm smart enough to it to know what are their usual tricks in their playbook. And not just for myself, I'm doing that. I'm also doing that for C-Red and Johnny. Said I practice a couple things. And I'm a little more prepared than I would have been otherwise. But I'm taking this seriously. I know LIM, you know, we're goofy, we're comedy. But even though I've had that goofy side to me throughout this whole thing, because I really sat and I thought about it, that it being a different, you know, it was the same, it was a different PX than before. And I really sat and I thought about it, and I realized that I was still making jokes, not taking the threat of Damian Gray and the Idols, you know, super seriously. And now I'm at that point where I have to look at them, recognize, you know, the damage they can do, and they are talented. They do have a lot to boast about, you know, that is fair to boast about. You know, their dominance, their the fact that they took over the company at one point. They'll do whatever it takes to get all of that they've earned. And if they want to earn a win on their record off of me, you know, it's going to be real tricky competition, because my eyes are on the prize. And that is to make sure that I win for you guys, so you guys don't have to deal with this. Because let's face it, if they take me down, then who else is going to go after that? They're not going to be deterred. They're going to think that this behavior is okay. And damn it, it's not okay, because I have missed so many moments at wrestling shows with you guys because of the shit that the Idols have done. And I'm done with that. So yeah, that something isn't the best solution. Perhaps it's not ideal. It's unprecedented. It's also historical. And it's a way for me to stand up, not just for the LIM, but for the rest of the fans at Rocket Pro Wrestling, to know that no matter what, they're going to be safe because there's already been a deterrent to people that try to violate the sanctity of that boundary that is the barricades and put a hand on the fan. I got to prove that there are not only actions, there are reactions. And to those reactions, there are consequences.
So he's Pat, realistically, in the Idol's eyes, are the physical embodiment of the fans. All their animosity towards us is towards Pat in this match. But you know what? Pat has nothing but the support of us and all the other fans that come to the RPW shows behind him, and Seabred and Johnny Nye. Because, well, I mean,
we'll be right there. We'll
yeah.
basically be right there in your corner, bud.
We're always in your dude. I'll be like the old guy that coached Rocky.
Am I gonna fart lightning and crap thunder?
Yeah, you gotta fart lightning and crap fire, kid.